The Galactic Council chamber was one of the largest structures ever built in the Milky Way. It floated in open space, surrounded by glowing blue rings and thousands of defense drones. Every species in the galaxy respected this place. It was where peace was decided, and where wars were avoided. But today peace was at risk. Inside the chamber, hundreds of alien delegates sat in their tall seats. Some had wings, some had scales, some had skin like metal. All of them looked worried. A strange and dangerous energy signal had been detected near the border of human space. And everyone knew who was responsible. The Veilth Empire. They were a proud, violent species with sharp armor-like skin and burning red eyes. They believed they were born to rule the galaxy. They hated humans for one reason: humanity never bowed to anyone. The council leader, an old being with silver-blue skin and glowing eyes, stood from his seat. His voice echoed through the chamber. "Veilth commanders," he said, "you have crossed the line. Your fleets are gathering near human colonies. We order you to stop. This is your final warning." The Veilth delegate laughed. His deep voice rolled like thunder. "Humans are weak," he said. "They hide behind machines and alliances. They do not understand true power. We will take what we want. The council cannot stop us." Whispers filled the chamber. Even species that disliked humans felt nervous. Everyone in the galaxy remembered the old stories of what happened the last time humanity was pushed too far. The council leader's expression hardened. "You make a mistake," he warned. "Humanity does not forgive. They do not forget. If you harm even one human colony, they will respond. And when they respond, it will be too late for regret." But the Veilth ignored the warning. They simply turned away as if the council's words were dust in the air. Far away, on the edge of human-controlled space, a small colony named Vega 12 was preparing for nightfall. Families were inside their homes, children were playing near glowing streetlights, and workers were returning from the mines. It was a peaceful, quiet place. Then the sky changed. A massive shadow covered the twin moons. The ground shook. The air turned cold. A Veilth war fleet had arrived. Their ships were shaped like dark blades, covered in red markings. Without warning, the first strike hit. A bright beam of energy cut through the colony's shield, burning a line across the surface. People ran. Alarms screamed. Buildings fell. The humans tried to send a distress signal, but the Veilth jammed every communication. Only one broken message managed to escape into space. "Vega, colony under attack. Please, help us." Then the signal ended. Inside the Galactic Council chamber, the technicians froze as they heard the broken message repeat on the speakers. The council leader closed his eyes in pain. "They did it," he whispered. "They attacked." A young officer from the aquatic Deluan species looked terrified. "We must send help. If humans hear this before us." "It is already too late," the council leader said quietly. The Veilth delegate simply smiled. "You see," he said, "the humans could not protect their people. They are nothing." The council leader turned to him, voice colder than deep space. "You do not understand humanity." "We understand enough," the Veilth replied proudly. "We strike fast. We strike hard. Humans will only cry for help." "No," the council leader said. "They will not cry. They will wait. They will prepare. And then they will come for you." The chamber became silent. Meanwhile, deep in human territory, Earth received the broken distress signal. Generals, scientists, and leaders met in secret underground rooms. No one spoke at first. Everyone listened to the last screams from Vega 12. Every word, every sound burned itself into their minds. Humanity had been attacked many times in history. But this was different. This was an insult, a challenge, a declaration of war. No one shouted. No one panicked. Humans became silent. Silent in a way that terrified even their allies. Across human space, every fleet suddenly went dark. No communication. No movement. No broadcasts. It was like humanity disappeared into a deep, cold void. But silence was not weakness. Silence was preparation. The council leader, watching from afar, felt a sharp fear inside his old heart. He had seen humans fight before. He knew what came next. The galaxy thought humanity would respond instantly. They were wrong. Humanity did not rush. Humanity planned. Humanity calculated. And when humans finally moved, the entire galaxy would feel it. The council leader whispered into the quiet chamber. "We warned the Veilth. We warned them again and again. But now, humanity will rise and no one will stop them. And when they rise, it will already be too late." And far away in the darkness of space, something powerful awakened. Humanity was coming. The Veilth Empire believed the galaxy feared them. Their warriors stood tall, their armor glowed with burning red lines, and their ships were known for destroying entire fleets in minutes. They were proud. Too proud. And now they marched toward their new target, humanity. Their commanders thought the Council would protect humans. They thought humans were slow, emotional, and fragile. They thought humans could not fight back. They were wrong in every possible way. The colony falls. On Vega 12, the human colony was in chaos. What had once been peaceful homes and bright streets was now a burning battlefield. The first strike had destroyed the shield generator. The second strike hit the colony center, sending dust and fire across the sky. Families tried to escape, but Veilth dropships landed before anyone could flee. Their soldiers marched through the streets like a storm, cold, calculated, and without mercy. A mother tried to shield her child behind a broken wall. A Veilth soldier looked at them for a moment, then moved on. They were not here to kill civilians. They were here to send a message to the galaxy. We can do whatever we want. Humanity cannot stop us. But the humans of Vega 12 did not surrender easily. A small security team fought back, armed with light rifles and worn-out armor. They stood in the central square, covering escaping civilians. They knew they would not survive. They knew help would not arrive in time. Yet they still fought. One soldier, Captain Rena Holt, managed to send one final message into space. Vega 12 under attack. Veilth invading, we need. Her voice cut off when the communication tower exploded. Silence followed. The Council reacts. Back in the Galactic Council chamber, the distress message reached the delegates. The audio was filled with static and fear. The last words from Vega 12 echoed through the hall like a ghost. The Council leader's hands shook. He lowered his head as the message ended. It begins, he whispered. A young alien delegate asked, should we send a rescue fleet? We could, the leader replied, but we will not reach them in time. The Veilth planned this attack carefully. They blocked all fast routes. They knew exactly what they were doing. The Veilth delegate smirked proudly. It is simple. We took what we wanted. Humans are too far away. They cannot save their people. So the colony is ours. The council chamber erupted in anger. Several species shouted at the Veilth representative. Others demanded the council punish the Empire. The council leader tried to calm the room. But in one dark, quiet corner, an old warrior from the Terran species spoke in a low, fearful voice. The humans will learn of this attack soon, he said. And when they do, this empire will fall. The room fell silent. Earth hears the truth. 2 hours later, Earth's Deep Space Array received the fragments of Vega 12's final signal. Engineers tried to repair the message, removing static and noise. When they played the full recording, the room went silent. Screams. Explosions. Captain Holt's last words. Everyone listening felt a cold shock in their chest. In the United Earth Command Center, politicians, admirals, and scientists gathered in a high-security room. The lights were dim. No one spoke. The recording played again, echoing through the chamber. When it ended, Admiral Kata stood and said, Vega 12 is gone. A scientist whispered, the Veilth, they broke the Council Treaty. A general clenched his fists. They want war. The President of Earth closed her eyes. No, she said quietly. They already started one. Humanity goes silent. The galaxy expected humans to scream for help. Instead, they became completely silent. Human fleets powered down their external lights. Research stations locked their doors. Military factories began working at maximum speed but without broadcasting anything. No human ship answered any message from allies or enemies. It was as if humanity had entered a deep, dark storm. A storm that was gathering strength. All across human-controlled space, something else happened. Something only the Council noticed. Every human AI system switched to wartime mode. Without words. Without signals. Without warnings. The Council leader watched the data stream from human space and felt fear. Humans do not rage loudly, he said. They rage quietly. And when the quiet ends, destruction follows. The Veilth celebrate too early. Meanwhile, in Veilth space, the commanders celebrated their victory. They drank, they laughed, and they boasted. Humans are nothing, one general said. They hide behind the Council, another added. They will never strike back. But a younger Veilth warrior looked uneasy. What if the Council was right? He asked. What if humans respond? The generals laughed again. They will not. They are too emotional. Too soft. Yet even while they mocked humanity, A warning alert flashed across their screens. Unknown human fleet movements detected. The generals dismissed it. Nothing to fear, they said. The warning flashed again. Bigger this time. Multiple human dreadnoughts entering high-power mode. Probably a drill, the commanders said. The warning flashed a third time. All human fleets are leaving port. No communications. No signals. No answers. This time, the room fell silent. The galaxy holds its breath. In the council chamber, the delegates watched as the human fleets vanished into the darkness of space. The council leader stared at the hologram, heart heavy. The Veil think they hurt humanity, he said. But they only woke something ancient. Something powerful. A deep, cold fear filled every corner of the chamber. The leader whispered, "We warned them. We told them again and again. But now, humanity has begun to move. And nothing will stop them." Across the stars, the first human dreadnought jumped into hyperspace. The hunt had begun. Humanity had gone silent. Not a single message left their borders. Not a single ship responded to calls. Not one leader gave a speech or demanded justice. To the galaxy, this silence was more frightening than any weapon. Inside the Galactic Council chamber, the delegates watched the empty communication lines, each member feeling a growing unease. The council leader stood with his hands behind his back, eyes locked on the hologram showing human space. "Still nothing?" he asked. A technician shook his head. "No signals, no transmissions, no diplomatic messages. Humanity has gone completely dark." The Veilth delegate smirked. "Then they are afraid." The council leader turned toward him sharply. "No," he said. "Humans are planning. Earth behind closed doors." On Earth, the United Command Center was locked under full shield. Only top officials and AI core units had access. The world's most powerful minds gathered in a silent war room. No one argued. No one panicked. Everyone sat in a circle around a glowing hologram of Vega 12, the burning colony, destroyed ships, fallen buildings. The president looked tired but focused. "Report." Admiral Kata spoke first. 70,000 civilians were living on Vega 12. "We have no confirmed survivors." A scientist from the AI division added, "Every human AI has entered War Directive 7. The room grew still. War Directive 7 had only been activated once before, in a forgotten war that even the Council barely remembered. And the galaxy still whispered about the aftermath. The president nodded. "Prepare all fleets. Begin Operation Dawnfall." A line of red lights blinked around the war room. The order was official. Humanity was preparing for vengeance. The human fleets mobilize. Across human territory, thousands of starships activated their engines in perfect silence. No bright lights, no loud announcements, only a cold readiness. Dreadnoughts the size of cities floated out of shipyards. Battle cruisers aligned into attack formations. Stealth fighters disappeared into the darkness. Every ship had a single encrypted message. "Wait for the signal." In orbit over Mars, Fleet Captain Aaron Salas stood on the bridge of his massive dreadnought, the Iron Dawn. The ship vibrated with energy, ready to unleash its full power. His second-in-command approached. "Sir, the Veilth believe we are afraid." Aaron's eyes remained fixed on the stars. "Good," he said. "Let them believe it, until we arrive." The galaxy misunderstands humanity. While humanity prepared in silence, the rest of the galaxy became confused. In the markets of the alien species, people whispered, "Why are humans so quiet? This is not normal." On warships belonging to the insectoid Carwell, officers asked, "Why do human fleets hide their movements?" Even the peaceful Hilari monks in the Nebula temples spoke in worried tones. When humans grow silent, they said, a storm follows. Only the council leader understood the truth. He stood alone on the balcony of the council tower, staring at human space. A council guard approached him. "Sir, should we intervene? Should we stop them?" The leader shook his head. "We cannot stop something that has already begun." The Veilth miscalculate again. In the Veilth War Palace, their commanders laughed as they watched footage of Vega 12 burning. "Humans are slow," a general mocked. "They are probably crying right now." The Veilth Emperor, a tall, armored being with black eyes, sat on his throne listening. "What of the council?" he asked. "They warn us but they will do nothing," a commander replied. "They fear our armies." "And humanity?" the emperor asked. "Humanity will stay quiet," the commander said proudly. "They always hesitate." But at that moment an officer rushed into the hall, panic in his eyes. "Emperor, We have detected something. What is it? The Emperor snapped. Human dreadnought signatures, hundreds of them, leaving port. The room fell silent. Another officer shouted from the console. They're not broadcasting any signals. They're moving in complete stealth. The Veilth generals exchanged nervous glances. Why would humans do that? One asked. Another answered in a trembling voice. They're coming. A meeting in the dark. Back in human space, a secret meeting took place on Luna Base. 5 human admirals stood around a map of Veilth territory. Admiral Kata tapped a blinking red point. This is their command world. This is where they plan the attack. Admiral Yu added. The Veilth believe their strength is fear. But fear does not work on humanity. Admiral Salas spoke last, voice calm and cold. We will strike with precision. We will not harm civilians. But every Veilth warship, every Veilth stronghold and every Veilth commander involved, will be erased. No one argued. No one hesitated. Humanity had already made its decision. The Council realizes the truth. In the Council chamber, the delegates watched human fleets vanish from sensors one by one. The Veilth delegate tried to act confident, but even he felt a cold drop of fear. The Council leader stepped forward. We warned you, he said to the Veilth. We told you that humans do not respond with words, they respond with action. The Veilth delegate growled. You cannot threaten us. Threaten? The leader repeated softly. No. I mourn for you. The silent countdown begins. In deep space, a hidden human command ship transmitted one final encrypted code to every human fleet. Dawnfall Protocol, activated. The Iron Dawn's engines lit with a low hum. The Black Hammer aligned its cannons. The Valiant Fury disappeared into hyperspace. Across thousands of ships, crews strapped into their seats. AI cores awakened. Weapons systems prepared. A cold voice echoed across the human network. 4 Vega 12. The countdown reached 0. And in total silence, humanity vanished into hyperspace. The storm had begun. Humanity entered hyperspace without a single sound. No lights. No warning. No messages. Just a silent storm moving through the dark, fast, focused, and unstoppable. Across the galaxy, the jump signatures of hundreds of human dreadnoughts flickered like cold stars. The ships moved in perfect unison, guided by advanced AIs and captains who had sworn to avenge Vega 12. Humanity had spoken. Not with words, but with their fleets. The first strike. The Veilth Empire's outer defenses were sleeping. Their border patrols were lazy, slow, and confident. They believed the humans were still hiding in fear. Then space tore open. A massive human dreadnought, the Iron Dawn, exited hyperspace like a metal mountain. Its black armor absorbed light, making it look like a shadow made of steel. The Veilth border commander stared at his screen in shock. What is that? A second dreadnought appeared. Then a third. Then 20 more. Within seconds, an entire human battle group materialized in front of the Veilth border. The commander panicked. All ships to battle stations. Humans have arrived. But the humans had already begun. The Iron Dawn's main cannon charged, glowing with a cold blue light. The Veilth scrambled to raise shields, but human targeting systems were too fast. A single beam fired. Silent. Precise. Deadly. The Veilth command station, an armored fortress floating in orbit, did not explode. It simply vanished, erased from existence by the sheer power of human technology. The border commander never even had time to scream. The galaxy watches in horror. Back in the Galactic Council chamber, the hologram display lit up with dozens of emergency alerts. Human fleets detected near Veilth space. Multiple Veilth stations destroyed. Entire Veilth battalions lost contact. The Veilth delegate jumped from his seat, eyes wide. This is impossible. Humans do not have this kind of power. The council leader turned slowly toward him. You attacked their colony, he said. You killed their people. You ignored every warning. The leader pointed at the hologram, which showed the Iron Dawn firing again. This is your payment. The Veilth delegate shook with rage and fear. You must stop them. The leader's eyes hardened. No one can stop humanity now. Human dropships arrive. On the Veilth mining moon Vector, alarms screamed as human warships appeared in the sky. Veilth soldiers rushed to their positions. They will attack from the air, a commander shouted. Prepare the anti-ship guns. But they were wrong. Human drop pods, small, sharp capsules, fell from orbit like metal meteors. The Veilth raised their weapons, aiming at the landing pods. But the pods didn't land. They burst open mid-air, releasing human soldiers and powered exosuits. They hit the ground with shocking speed, silent, focused, deadly. The veiled soldiers fired wildly, but human armor absorbed most of the damage. Human soldiers moved like machines, clearing targets with clean, precise shots. A veiled commander tried to rally his troops. Fight them. They bleed. He never finished his sentence. A human soldier, helmet glowing blue, stepped forward and pinned him to the ground. "For Vega 12, the soldier whispered. "The Iron Dawn's advance." In space, the Iron Dawn led the main assault deeper into Veilth territory. Its captain, Aaron Salas, stood tall on the command bridge. "All enemy forces destroyed?" he asked calmly. "Yes, Captain," his AI replied. 23 Veilth ships neutralized. 0 human losses. "Good," he said. "Prepare the second wave." Behind the dreadnought, a massive formation of cruisers and battle carriers aligned for a coordinated strike. The Veilth fleet scrambled to respond. Hundreds of Veilth warships launched from their shipyards. They formed a large battle wall, engines burning bright, ready for war. Their admiral shouted, "Humans will fear the Veilth." As he finished his sentence, the human fleet opened fire. The sky exploded with silent blue beams. Veilth ships turned to dust. Entire formations collapsed. Human cruisers moved through the battlefield like steel predators. The Veilth admiral watched in horror as ship after ship disappeared. "This cannot be real," he whispered. But it was. And it was only the beginning. Humanity shows precision, not chaos. While the Veilth expected human rage, they received something worse: human control. Humans avoided civilian areas. They targeted only military bases, command centers, shipyards, and weapon factories. Every strike was clean. Every hit was surgical. Every move was calculated. Even the council members watching the live data were shocked. A historian on the council whispered, "Humanity does not enjoy war. They master it." The Veilth begged for help. The Veilth emperor, sitting on his throne, finally felt fear. "How many human fleets?" he asked. The answer froze him. "All of them, Emperor," the advisor said. "Every human fleet. Every human dreadnought. Every human battalion." The emperor's voice broke. "They are coming for us." He sent a desperate message to the council. "We request aid. The humans are out of control." The council leader responded coldly. "You started this. Not humanity. Humanity's final warning." As the human fleets surrounded the Veilth capital system, the Iron Dawn sent a transmission. The first human message since Vega 12. It was only 2 words. "Stand down." The Veilth refused. They sent every remaining ship into battle. And humanity answered. The largest battle of the war began. Lasers tore through the dark. Explosions lit entire asteroids on fire. Human dreadnoughts pushed forward like unstoppable walls of metal. In the middle of the chaos, Captain Salas stood calmly on the bridge of the Iron Dawn. "Push through," he ordered. "We end this now." And the human fleet advanced toward the Veilth homeworld. Humanity had arrived. Humanity was furious. And nothing in the galaxy could stop them. The Veilth Empire was burning. Star systems that once glowed with proud red banners were now filled with drifting debris and broken warships. Human dreadnoughts moved through the smoke like silent giants, their black armor reflecting the fire around them. Every hour, another Veilth fleet fell. Every minute, another human assault broke through their defenses. Humanity had become unstoppable. And the Veilth knew it. The Veilth screamed for peace. In the Veilth Imperial Command Chamber, alarms flashed across every wall. The Emperor stood in the center, hands trembling as reports came in. Third Fleet destroyed. Defense ring collapsing. Human shock troopers entering the inner colonies. The Emperor's voice cracked. "Send a message to the humans. Offer surrender." A communication officer hesitated. "Sir, the humans are not responding to any channel." "What? Try again." "We did. Many times. They ignore everything." The Emperor looked at the hollow map showing human movement. The lines were straight, cold, precise. "They want to end us," he whispered. Human troops show no fear. On the ground, human soldiers and armored exosuits marched through Veilth fortresses with machine-like discipline. Their helmets glowed blue, scanning every corner. Veilth soldiers fired desperately, but human armor absorbed most shots like they were raindrops. A human squad entered a heavily defended bunker. Hundreds of Veilth warriors surrounded them. The Veilth commander screamed, "You cannot win. We are the strongest species. We." A human soldier stepped forward and spoke in a calm, cold voice. "We are not here to win. We are here to finish what you started." The Veilth attacked with everything they had. Blades, energy rifles, explosives. The humans did not back down. They advanced silently, moving with deadly efficiency. When the battle ended, the bunker fell completely under human control. Not one human retreated. Not one mission failed. The Council watches in silence. In the Galactic Council chamber, the delegates stared at the battlefield reports with horror. "No one has ever seen humans fight like this," one delegate whispered. Another added, "They are not angry, they are focused. That is worse." The council leader looked older than ever. His voice was filled with regret. "I warned the Veilth. I warned them many times," he said. "But they believed humans were soft, gentle, weak." The Veilth delegate screamed, "Stop them. If humanity destroys us, they will destroy the balance of the galaxy." The leader shook his head. "This is not our war anymore. Humans do not listen when their people are slaughtered. Humanity moves without mercy." In the Veilth capital system, humanity's largest fleet gathered, over 1,000 warships. The Iron Dawn stood at the front, glowing with energy. On the bridge, Captain Aaron Salas stared at the Veilth homeworld, a massive planet covered in red forests and black mountains. His second-in-command said, "Sir, Veilth civilians are being evacuated. They are not targets." "Good," Salas replied. "Humanity does not punish the innocent. Only the guilty. Should we accept their surrender messages?" Captain Salas shook his head. "Not yet. They must feel what humanity felt, the fear of helplessness." The final stand of the Veilth Navy. The last Veilth Grand Fleet appeared, surrounding their homeworld. Thousands of ships gathered, damaged, desperate but willing to fight. Their Grand Admiral broadcast a message across the system. "Veilth warriors, today we defend our home. For our species. For our honor." His ships charged forward. The human fleet advanced to meet them. The battle lit up the darkness. Explosions shook the skies. Lasers cut through the void like storm lightning. Human dreadnoughts pushed forward without breaking formation. Veilth ships died fast. Too fast. A Veilth captain shouted, "Why won't they stop? Why do they keep coming?" A human AI answered coldly over the comm. "For Vega 12. And the battle ended. Not with chaos. Not with confusion. But with silence. The Veilth Grand Fleet was gone. All of it. Veilth leaders break. Back in the Veilth Palace, the Emperor fell to his knees. "It is over," he whispered. "We cannot fight them. We cannot escape them." He looked at the destroyed map. Human ships now surrounded the homeworld. "Send another message," he said weakly. "Anything. Beg them if you have to." Humanity finally answers. For the first time since Vega 12, a human transmission returned. It came from the Iron Dawn. The Emperor accepted the message, shaking. The screen flickered to life, showing Captain Aaron Salas. His eyes were cold. His voice was quiet. "You wanted humanity's attention," he said. "Now you have it." The Emperor bowed his head. "We surrender. Please, stop the attack. Spare our people." Captain Salas did not smile. He did not show anger. Just calm judgment. "You attacked a peaceful colony," he said. "You killed thousands of civilians. You ignored the Council's warning. And now you ask for mercy?" The Emperor trembled. "Yes, we were wrong." Captain Salas stared at him for a long moment, then gave the answer the Veilth feared most. "Mercy was an option before Vega 12. It is too late now. But humanity isn't cruel. Human dreadnoughts did not fire on civilian cities. They did not destroy the planet's atmosphere. They did not wipe out the species. Instead, humanity targeted the source of Veilth aggression. Every military base. Every war factory. Every command center. Every imperial fortress. All destroyed. All gone. No chance to rebuild. Humanity did not commit genocide. They ended an empire. The lesson the galaxy learned. When the battle was over, Captain Salas gave one final message to the Veilth. "Humanity does not seek war. But if you bring war to us, we will make sure you never forget the cost." The transmission ended. Human ships began leaving the system. The Veilth Empire lay shattered. And the entire galaxy understood one truth. Humanity was peaceful. But not harmless. The fires of war slowly faded across the Veilth homeworld. Smoke rose from destroyed military towers. Broken warships fell into the planet's gravity, burning like dying stars. Human dreadnoughts still surrounded the system like silent guardians, but their weapons were no longer aimed at the planet. The battle was over. The Veilth Empire had fallen. Now came the final judgment. The Veilth faced the Council. The Galactic Council assembled in emergency session. Every species sent their highest-ranking leaders, all shaken by the destruction they had witnessed. The Veilth delegation entered the chamber under heavy guard. They were not proud anymore. Not loud. Not arrogant. They walked with bowed heads and eyes full of fear. The council leader raised his voice. The Veilth Empire stands accused of breaking the peace charter, attacking a human colony and ignoring repeated warnings. The Veilth delegate whispered, We admit our crime. The chamber fell silent. Never in history had the Veilth admitted fault. Human envoys arrived. 2 human envoys walked into the chamber. They wore black uniforms with the emblem of the Terran Union, silver wings over a blue star. Every alien watched them with quiet respect and quiet fear. Humans were no longer the young species. Not after this war. The lead human envoy, Commander Mara Hale, stood before the council. She looked calm, controlled. But her eyes held a fire the Veilth could not meet. The Terran Union recognizes the surrender of the Veilth Empire, she said. But we demand accountability. The Veilth Emperor fell to his knees. What punishment will you give us? The judgment humanity chose. The chamber held its breath. Everyone expected humanity to demand planetary tribute, forced labor, territory control, permanent military occupation, or even extinction. But humanity had other plans. Commander Hale spoke clearly. No Veilth civilian will be harmed. No city will be destroyed. No resource will be taken. The Veilth Emperor lifted his head in confusion. Then, what punishment do you demand? Commander Hale's voice turned steel-hard. You will never build a warship again. You will disband your entire military. You will dismantle all weapons factories. And you will return every conquered world you took over the last 2 centuries. The Veilth trembled. This was worse than death for them. They were a warrior species. War was their identity, their pride, their culture. Commander Hale continued. You wanted to rule the galaxy through fear. Now you will live under the fear you created. The Emperor's collapse. The Emperor tried to stand but his legs buckled. This is impossible. Without our military we cannot protect ourselves. The human envoy looked at him with calm eyes. Then do what humanity did, she said. Make allies instead of enemies. Build peace instead of fleets. The Emperor clenched his fists. We never believed peace was real. Commander Hale replied. You believed fear was stronger than peace. And now fear has destroyed your empire. The council chamber remained silent. Every species understood the lesson. Galactic Council's final verdict. The council leader rose. Humanity's demands are fair, he declared. The Veilth will be placed under strict monitoring for 50 cycles. And the Terran Union will be granted a permanent council seat. This shocked everyone. Humanity had just risen to the level of the great powers. The Veilth delegation bowed their heads. We accept the judgment. The council leader turned to humanity. For too long we doubted you. We thought you peaceful because you were weak. He bowed his head. We understand now. You were peaceful because you chose to be. Humanity leaves the war behind. Outside the council chamber, the human envoys received a transmission from Captain Salas aboard the Iron Dawn. He appeared on a hologram, his face steady. The council approved the judgment? Commander Hale nodded. Yes. The Veilth military is gone. Salas exhaled slowly. Good. That is enough. We did not come to break them, only to stop them. The second envoy spoke. Do we withdraw the fleet? Salas looked out at the stars. Withdraw, he said. Humanity does not conquer. We protect. The Veilth witnessed humanity's strength. As human ships departed the Veilth system, billions of Veilth civilians watched from their cities. Some expected the ships to turn back and attack. Some expected humanity to betray their promise. But the dreadnought simply jumped to FTL and disappeared. No destruction. No punishment. Just silence. The Veilth had never known mercy like this. A young Veilth child asked his mother, Why did the humans not destroy us? The mother whispered, Because humans fear the pain of loss. They know the price of war. And in that moment the Veilth people finally understood humanity. Not as monsters. Not as prey. But as a force that fought only when pushed too far. A new reputation for humanity. News spread across the galaxy at light speed. Every species received the same message. Humanity ended a war without ending a species. For the first time, the Council recognized humans were not savages. Humans were not conquerors. Humans were not weak. Humans were balanced. Dangerous only to those who forced them to be. The galaxy whispered a new truth. Do not mistake human kindness for limitation. The final message to the galaxy. On the last day of the Council session, Commander Hale delivered one final address. Let this be the last war. Humanity desires peace. But if you harm us, if you silence our warnings, if you kill our people. She paused as every delegate leaned forward. Then you will face humanity's full strength. And your regrets will come too late. Her words echoed across the galaxy. No one doubted her. No one would ever underestimate humans again. The war was over. Humanity had returned home. The Veilth Empire was broken. But peace did not follow. A darker truth waited in the shadows, unseen by the Council, unknown to the Veilth, and even hidden from humanity itself. Something had been watching the war. Something old. Something silent. And now, it finally moved. Strange signals on the edge of human space. In a remote star system on the border of Terran space, the Deep Space Listening Station Outpost Orion 3 monitored normal cosmic traffic, radio noise, star pulses, drifting transmissions. For years, everything had been calm. But tonight, the alarms broke the silence. Ensign Lena Hart stared at her screen, confused. What is this? Unknown signal pattern. Not Veilth. Not Council. Not any known species. Lieutenant Vega walked over. Is it a transmission? Lena shook her head. No, it looks like scanning. Scanning? Vega repeated. Who is scanning us? Suddenly the station lights flickered. The star outside the window dimmed, as if something massive had entered the system. Lena whispered, Sir. Something is here. A ship bigger than anything known. The outpost sensors finally locked onto the object. Both officers froze. It wasn't one ship. It was many. Hundreds. Maybe thousands. They were enormous, so big that they blocked sunlight. Their shapes were sharp and angular, like giant blades floating through space. But what terrified the humans most was the symbol painted on every hull. A circle of black stars, surrounding a single empty void. Vega felt his voice shaking. That symbol is not in any Council database. Lena whispered, Should we hail them? Before Vega could answer, the outpost's lights died completely. A deep, cold voice echoed through the speakers, without any translation, without any request. Just 5 words. Humanity has awakened too soon. Then the signal cut. The screens went dark. And the ships vanished. As if they were never there. Terran High Command receives the warning. Hours later, the Terran High Command gathered in the war chamber on Earth. Admirals, commanders, intelligence leaders. All in one room. Commander Hale, just returned from the Council, examined the audio recording. Her face went pale. Admiral Kaido frowned. No known species speaks like this. The pitch is unnatural. General Mora tapped the table. And they appeared inside our territory without leaving an FTL trail. Impossible. A scientist responded quietly. Not impossible. Just more advanced than anything in the galaxy. Silence fell. Then Captain Salas walked forward, expression dark. Do we know what they want? The scientist played the message again. Humanity has awakened too soon. Salas narrowed his eyes. That sounds less like a warning, and more like a threat. Commander Hale agreed. And they watched our war with the Veilth. They studied us. The Admiral leaned forward. They may not fear us, but they know we are rising. The Council doesn't believe the threat. The Terran Union reported the incident to the Galactic Council immediately. But the Council reacted with disbelief. An Erixon delegate laughed nervously. A fleet of thousands appearing inside human territory? Impossible. The Council leader shook his head. Humans, the war has left your borders unstable. You are misreading natural cosmic signals. Commander Hale's voice remained calm but stern. We know what we saw. Something powerful is out there. The Veilth delegate, still terrified from their own defeat, whispered. If the humans are afraid, then we should all be afraid. But many Council species still doubted. You humans are too emotional after war. You imagine threats everywhere. You just destroyed an empire, maybe you think you are invincible. Captain Salas stepped forward. We are not claiming we are invincible. We are claiming someone else is. The Council fell silent. But no decision was made. No fleet set. No investigation ordered. The galaxy had no idea what was coming. The first fragment of the truth. Back on Earth, scientists analyzed data from Outpost Orion 3 and found something terrifying. The unknown ships didn't use FTL. They didn't warp space. They didn't bend gravity. They simply appeared. A scientist explained. This is not travel. This is position rewriting. They can exist anywhere they choose. Commander Hale stared at the star map. So they can enter our systems instantly? The scientist nodded. And leave instantly. Without cost. Without energy use. Without trace. General Mora whispered. Then we cannot stop them. But Captain Salash shook his head. We can prepare. A dark history revealed. The scientist hesitated before speaking again. There is one more detail. We found fragments of an ancient database from a forgotten species. The room grew quiet. This species disappeared over 40,000 years ago. And before they vanished, they described a group called. He tapped a control. On the wall, the black star symbol appeared. The same one seen on the ships. And the ancient name below it. The Null Empire. The Admiral frowned. Null, as in nothing? The scientist nodded. They believed all life was a mistake. Their goal was to return the galaxy to silence. Captain Salas looked at the symbol again. A threat that old, and still alive? Commander Hale's voice sharpened. Or worse, a threat that never died because nothing could kill it. Humanity prepares for the unknown. Salas turned to the Terran High Command. Send a message to every colony. Prepare every fleet. Upgrade every defense. Commander Hale added. If the Null Empire comes, humanity must be ready. General Mora nodded grimly. And we warn the Council again? Salas shook his head. Not yet. They won't believe us until the Null stand above their worlds. He looked out the window toward the stars. They warned us that humanity awakened too soon. His eyes narrowed. Then we will show them what a fully awakened humanity looks like. The shadow stirs again. Far beyond the edge of known space, inside a dark nebula, the unknown fleet gathered. The symbols on their hulls glowed with cold light. A massive central ship, larger than a moon, sent a single chilling message across the void. Prepare the silence. And with that, the galaxy's greatest threat finally opened its eyes.